I met Laurel probably, my goodness, it's probably been 10 or 11 years ago, and I think it was at a festival in Springfield, Illinois. And I knew who she was, but I didn't really know her at the time. And probably a couple of years later, I was coming through Afton and stopped and got to know her a little bit better, and started coming over here quite a bit and started volunteering. And she trusted me enough to give me a key so where I could come over and open up myself if I wanted to. Well, I did that a few times, and then later we started going to more festivals, and I'd see her there, her and Ron McCoy, and they were kind of best buddies, and because later in life, Laurel kind of needed some help getting around with a wheelchair and this and that, and then in December of 15, Laurel had put out a hat pin that had a real good image of Afton Station on it, so I blew it up a little bit and made it a lot bigger, and I was going to surprise her, and I got a tattoo of that on the back of my head. And then the 15th of December, I took it down to her. It was an 8x10, and she just didn't hardly have any words for how much she liked it. And I am just glad that I had the opportunity to do that for her before she passed away. And she was one of the nicest ladies I think I've ever met. She would do anything for you. And nobody in this area knew more about Route 66 than that lady. And she loved her Route 66 memorabilia, and she loved all the Packard cars, and she just loved everything about Route 66. She couldn't travel it as much as she wanted to anymore because of her health problems, but everybody loved coming here and seeing her, talking to her. Oh, it was just unbelievable how much she did for Route 66. I just wish that what happened, you say, but you can't, it's just hard to predict what's going to happen to anybody. And you would have never thought that what did happen would have never been, but things happen and people can't explain them. So I wished that I could have gotten more involved in it, but I live about 65 miles from here, and it's kind of hard for me to get over here every day, especially maybe once or twice a week. But I love this place. Too bad the town is kind of almost a ghost town anymore, because most of the buildings, except just a few, have businesses in them. And I think Laurel is the only place that actually sells anything other than the gas station in the town of Afton itself. And I drive my 56 Chevy over here all the time, and I drive my trike over here, and on the back of my car it has a mural of Route 66, and I even have Afton Station on it. And when I first started coming over here and had she seen that I had a lot of Route 66 tattoos, and she said, if you don't get a tattoo of Afton Station on you, I'm going to cut your wages at your volunteer job. So I had to get one on my left arm. And then I surprised her with that one in December, and she had no idea that was going to happen. But I did it. I did it for a nice lady, and the pain that I went through was well worth it.